What's going on, everybody, in the world of online entertainment? Gibby here in Gibby's garage. The beautiful skylight going on. Makes good conditions to work on this 94 Jeep Grand Cherokee, also known as a ZJ, with a 5.2 engine. Oh, winter, this Jeep's been giving problems everywhere from heater core to thermostat. Got a brand new radiator down there at the beginning of the winter. Now it's a water pump. It started leaking last night. See? Went up to AutoZone, got a water pump today. Gonna have to go ahead and install it. First thing gotta do is 15 mil, loosen up the tensioner, get the belt off, pop the fan, clutch off. Quite simple. Got the right tools. Went to O'Reilly's a few years back, rented a tool for $97 with the 5.2. Forgot to return it. Came in handy ever since. So, 15 mil to take that off. I got the wrench to take that off. And then I think there's 7 14 millimeter bolts. Holds this on. You get your bypass hose. And then your engine block hose. Quite simple. So I got the belt off. Got a couple hoses off. One thing I should mention, some people might not know about these 5.2s, is some of these bolts that go to the water pump, some are longer, some are shorter. Pretty sure the top ones, if I remember correctly, are the longer ones, and the bottom ones are the shorter ones. So what I normally like to do is, when I take the bolts out, I put them in the same hole on the new water pump. So as I take the old pump off, put this pump on, transfer the bolts, you know exactly where they go. That's how I do it. Some other people just mark them. But yeah, I'll be back. Alright, so now we got the water pump off. Gotta go ahead and clean up most of this gasket residue from the old one. Clean this all up, make it all nice and smooth for the new gasket so it can seat right. Or you'd be taking it back off and doing it again. Here's the old water pump. Seen better days. And correction on the longer bolts. There's the outer 2 before that was longer, and center 3 are the shorter ones. And when I got this water pump, also came with the whole kit, so came with the fan clutch, the gaskets, the new O-ring for the bypass. So nobody gets a new clutch too. Might as well do it all while I got it all out. Tore it apart. Got a razor blade. Be careful not to score up the surface. So makes for a bad day. So I'll go ahead and clean some of this up and I'll be back. Alright, so now I got the mating surface all cleaned up and nice and soft. Took me a minute because we ever changed this water pump before. No idea why they did it, but they used silicone or RTV, hard to tell because it's kind of grayish white. But they put it on the block side and on the pump side. No idea why they did that. That just makes it harder for the next guy or gal, whoever's got to change this water pump. What I like to do is I'll take some of this gasket spray and I'll spray it on the side of the gasket that goes to the pump. That way if this ever fails or have to take it off for whatever reason, the gasket comes off with this, it doesn't really leave anything on the block side. Another thing I've also noticed is they didn't only just silicone the gasket, but they also put silicone on these bolts when they reinstalled the water pump. So take a wire brush and clean this up. I like to use Loctite. Works a lot better. So I'll get those bolts all cleaned up, and because I got the fan clutch, I'll replace the fan clutch as well. That's pretty simple. Got 4 1/2-inch bolts. Pop this up, pop the new one on, and we'd be ready for reassemble. So I'll be back. Alright, so now that I got the water pump back on, it's quite simple to put on. It's just reversal. You know, put the bolts back on, hoses. One thing I forgot to mention is the kit also comes with an O-ring for the bypass line. Make sure you replace that, or you'll have problems leaking. But another thing I wanted to check into when I was in here was this idler pulley. Old one that was on here, bearings blew, kind of chewed up the bracket a little bit. This one's off a 97 that I had 5.2 that I wrecked. Kept some parts off of it. Good thing I did. I'm not sure how much these things cost. 15-20 bucks. But I figured I'd take it out, repack it, get some new grease in there. A lot of people don't realize, but you can repack a sealed bearing. Easiest way to do it. Get yourself a razor blade. And you just go up on the side. If you pop it, it pops right off. It doesn't even warp it. So you can get in there, re-grease it, save yourself some money. This one's not really seized. It's got a little bit of drag, probably with some contaminants, but I got some Lucas high temperature grease. I'll go ahead and pack this, pop those back on, put this on, belt should stop squealing. So I'm gonna do that real quick and I'll get right back at you. Alright everybody, so I guess that's the basics on how to change your water pump. Sorry I wasn't too helpful in actually showing you how to do it. I don't have a camera stand or a phone stand, and hard to do this kind of job with one hand. Plus gave you a little trick on how to repack that sealed bearing. Like I said, save you 15-20 bucks. Not really sure how much I paid for that. I paid for that 5-6 years ago for my 97. But yeah, belt routing on this engine's pretty simple. Normally there's a diagram somewhere here, but there's not. But I've had these belts off these 5.2s so many times I can put this belt on with my eyes closed. Unlike that ZJ, the belting's a little bit different because I don't have a pulley here. I've got a smaller belt on that. Yeah, I think it's for like a 3.0 Toyota, I think 3.0 or 3.7. Give you guys a glimpse of it. See, I did the AC delete on this one, so pretty much goes from power steering pump, routes underneath the idler pulley just like it normally would, back up and around. Belts for a 3.0 or 3.7 Toyota. So, hopefully I can get a phone stand or a camera stand, so next time I can go in more in depth and show you exactly how to do it without telling you like I did in this video. So if you like this video or thought this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Hopefully I'll be posting some more content, like I said, be more in depth instead of just taking still photos like this and telling you what to do. So now all I have to do is top this up with some antifreeze, make sure there are no leaks. Hopefully there are no leaks. Pop the fan and fan clutch on there, and the good old radiator shield. So alright, y'all take care.